feel so small, now we're standing tall. Got that starlight in our veins, breaking through the chains, make it pour like rain.
Spotlight shower, we got the power. This is our golden hour. Never looking down, we own this
K-pop
whole
lyrics
town.
in English,
Yeah, we
breaking
own this
down
whole
the
town.
English hooks in
Feeling the fire,
BTS.
taking it higher, reaching for the sun. We are the ones, never backing down till the race is won.
K-pop lyrics in English, breaking down the English hooks in BTS or Blackpink. You already know the feeling. A song starts in Korean, the flow is smooth, the production is crazy good, then suddenly the beat shifts and you hear a line in English that grabs you by the collar. It's short, it's clean, it does not ask for permission, it just lives in your head, rent-free for a week. That's the power of an English hook in K-pop, and BTS and Blackpink are two of the groups that do it better than anyone. Why English hooks exist in the first place, let's be real. K-pop was not always global, and there was a time when you had to really hunt to find a group outside of Asia. But that changed fast, and one of the smartest things these groups did was start weaving English into the most memorable parts of their songs. First, it's about access. Music is a feeling, but language is a door. When a chorus or a post-chorus switches to English, it opens that door for millions of people who don't speak Korean yet. They can sing along immediately. They can type the line into search. They can use it as a caption. That matters. Second, it's about rhythm. Korean is an amazing language for flow and storytelling. It has these soft consonants and vowel endings that let rappers and vocalists slide across beats in a really fluid way. English is different. It's punchier. It has hard consonants. It stops and starts. So when you drop an English phrase into a Korean song, you create contrast. That contrast wakes the ear up. It makes the hook feel like an event. Third, it's about memory. The human brain loves patterns, but it loves a pattern break even more. When you hear a full verse in Korean, and then the hook goes, I am the king, I am the boss, your brain flags that moment. It's different, it's bold, it's easy to repeat. And because it's English, it spreads on social media without needing subtitles. That's huge for reach. BTS and Blackpink understand all of this on a deep level. They don't just throw in English words because they can. They place them like they are setting off fireworks. The timing, the tone, the word choice, it's all intentional. How BTS crafts English hooks BTS started out with mostly Korean lyrics and just little bits of English, but over time they got surgical with it. Look at a song like Boy With Love. The verses are playful and wordy in Korean. Then the pre-chorus lifts, and you get, oh my, my, my. It's not complex, but it's pure emotion. You don't need a dictionary. You feel the excitement. You sing it before you even know the rest of the song. Then they went bigger. Dynamite was a full English track, and it was a statement. But even before that, they were testing how English could carry feeling. In Mic Drop, the title itself is the hook. Mic Drop. 2 words. It's a gesture. It's an attitude. It's a meme. You can say it after you finish a presentation. You can tweet it after a good comeback. The song gave people language they could use in real life. Butter is the master class. Smooth, like butter, like a criminal undercover. Say it out loud right now. It rolls off the tongue. It's cool without trying too hard. It's flirty but not cheesy. And it's packed with sound. The double T in butter, the L sounds, the rhythm. You could search that line and instantly find the song, even if you forgot the group name. That's search optimization without it feeling like marketing. It's just good writing. BTS also uses English to shift emotion. In Life Goes On, the Korean verses are reflective and calm. Then the chorus comes in English, and it feels like a breath. Life goes on, 3 words that land like a hug. It's simple enough for the whole world to sing together. That was the point. They wrote it during a hard time, and they wanted a line that anyone, anywhere could hold on to. What I love about BTS is that their English never feels forced. It feels like something one of the members would actually text you. That's why it works. It's conversational, it's human. It's not just there to be catchy. It's there to connect. How Blackpink builds English hooks. Blackpink comes at it from a different angle. If BTS is conversational, then Blackpink is confrontational. Their English hooks are meant to be shouted. They are meant to be worn like eyeliner. Sharp, bold, unapologetic. Take, did, do. The title is not even English, but the energy is. Then you hit you with that do. It's pure sound and swagger. You don't sit with that line. You stand up with it. People searched it like crazy because they wanted to understand it and feel it at the same time. The hook became a sound effect for confidence. Kill This Love is another one. The whole pre-chorus builds in Korean and then the title drops in English. Kill This Love. It's dramatic. It's final. It's the kind of line you post after you decide to block someone. It gives people language for a feeling they already had. That's why it spread so fast. How you like that might be the most iconic in the English. Look at you now, look at me. How you like that? It's a clapback and a celebration at once. You can hear the smirk in the delivery. The line is simple, but the attitude makes it huge. It became a trend on every platform because it's a complete thought. You don't need the rest of the song to use it. You can lip sync it, you can stitch it, you can throw it in a comment section. The hook does the work. Pink Venom plays with bilingual flow in a really modern way. That Pink Venom, straight to your dome, like whoa, whoa, whoa. The English lines are the punchlines. They land the brag, they deliver the venom. The Korean lines set it up, and the English lines knock it down. It's a back and forth that keeps your ear moving. Blackpink also understands the visual side of a hook. Their English lines are short enough to fit on screen text. They are bold enough to be merch. They are aesthetic. When you see Bumbaya in big letters, it looks as good as it sounds. That matters for how songs travel today. Now let's talk about how these hooks land in different countries. This is where it gets fun because the same line can mean different things depending on where you're listening. The hook does not change, but the culture it hits does. America. In America, English hooks turn into full-on pop culture moments. The U.S. market is massive. It's used to lyrics becoming slogans. So when BTS says "smooth like butter," that line leaves the song and enters daily life. It's on the radio every hour. It's in TikTok sounds. It's in late-night show bits. Americans love a phrase that's versatile. You can flirt with it, you can joke with it, you can use it to hype up a friend. Butter did that perfectly. With Blackpink, the American audience grabs the attitude. How You Like That became a response, give a caption, a cheer at games. The U.S. loves a comeback line, and Blackpink writes them like they are handing out weapons. The hook becomes part of the way people talk online. It's not just a lyric, it's a reaction. That's why American search traffic for these hooks spikes around award shows and viral moments. The line gets a second life every time someone uses it. Australia takes these hooks and turns them into group energy. Aussie music culture is big on festivals, pubs, and singing with your mates. So an English hook that's short and loud is perfect. Think about BTS Fire or Blackpink Boom Baya. You can yell those with a crowd. You can chant them before the beat drops. The hooks are built for that kind of release. Australian fans also love to travel for concerts, so they learn the English parts first because they know those are the moments where the whole stadium will explode. Search trends in Australia often line up with tour announcements. People want to be ready. They want to know the words that everyone will scream together. The hook is the promise of that shared moment. Canada is interesting because it's already a bilingual country in many places. People in Montreal or Ottawa switch between English and French all day. So when a K-pop song switches between Korean and English, it does not feel like a gimmick. It feels natural. It mirrors how people already talk. Because of that, Canadian fans pick up on the flow of the language mix really fast. With BTS, The Line Life Goes On hit hard during the pandemic because it was simple and bilingual fans could share it with family in both languages without losing the meaning. With Blackpink Pretty Savage, the English parts give the song its snap, and Canadian fans use those lines in captions because they code switch on line 2. The hook fits the way they already communicate. The UK has a long love affair with clever, punchy pop writing. From old Britpop to grime to current chart hits, British listeners notice wordplay and attitude. So when BTS drops mic, drop, or not today, it lands with a wink. There's a bit of cheek to it that UK fans appreciate. It's confident, but not too serious. Blackpink, Kill This Love became a big mood in the UK because it's dramatic and direct. British pop culture loves a dramatic breakup song, and that hook delivers it in 3 words. UK fans also tend to search for lyric explanations in interviews. They want to know the story behind the line. So the hook pulls them in, and then they go dig for context. That deepens the connection. France responds to the sound and the style of a hook. French pop and rap care a lot about aesthetic and mood. So an English line that sounds beautiful or looks good, written down, is going to win. BTS Stay Gold is a great example. It's soft, it's warm, it's perfect for a photo caption. French fans use hooks like that to set a tone. With Blackpink, Ice Cream, Chillin' was a summer moment in France. It's playful, it's visual. You can picture it, you can style it. The hook does not need to be deep, it needs to feel good. And French listeners are great at taking a vibe and building a whole aesthetic around it. The English hook gives them the starting point. Germany tends to value clarity and beat. The production in K-pop is already precise, and the English hooks match that energy. When BTS says dynamite, the word itself is clean and explosive. The pronunciation is sharp, the rhythm is locked. German listeners pick up on that craft. They appreciate a hook that's well built. Blackpink Do works in Germany because it's percussive. It's almost like a drum sound. You don't have to translate it to feel the impact. German fans are also big on learning lyrics correctly. Search data shows a lot of lyric searches from Germany right after a release. People want to spell the hook right. They want to sing it right. The English line gives them a clear anchor in the song. Norway leans into mood and atmosphere. The pop music that does well there often has space and emotion. So the English hooks that hit are the ones that feel open. BTS Blue and Gray with Where Is My Angel is a quiet, devastating line. It's not a shout, it's a whisper. And it fits the kind of introspective playlists that are popular in Norway. Blackpink has softer moments too. Stay was a hook that felt gentle and honest. Norwegian fans connect with that kind of vulnerability. The English makes it direct. There's no distance. You hear it and you feel it. The hook becomes something you play on a long winter night. It's not about hype. it's about truth. Switzerland is multilingual by default. People grow up hearing German, French, Italian, and English. So an English hook in a Korean song does not feel strange at all. It feels international. It feels normal. That's why a song like BTS Permission to Dance took off so strongly there. The whole chorus is English, and it's about joy and inclusion. It was used at public events. It was used in community videos. The hook became a shared language. Blackpink Shut Down has that high fashion global feel, and the English hooks carry that energy. This is not a local sound, it's a worldwide sound. Swiss fans pick up on that polish. They use the hooks in content that mixes music, fashion, and design. The line is part of a bigger visual story. What we learn when we look at all these countries together, the first thing is that a good hook is universal, but the way people use it's local. The line smooth like butter does not change. But in America, it becomes a flirty slogan. In Australia, it becomes a stadium chant. In Germany, it becomes a perfectly pronounced earworm. The hook is the same. The culture shapes the reaction. The second thing is that English is not replacing Korean in these songs. It's highlighting it. The English hook makes you pay attention. Then you go back and fall in love with the Korean verses. The hook is the invitation. The rest of the song is the conversation. Third thing is that search and social media reward simplicity. A 3-word hook in English can travel faster than a paragraph in any language. That's not a bad thing. It means more people find the song. And once they are there, they discover the depth. The hook is the front door. Why this matters to you as a fan, if you're like me, you probably learned your first Korean words from K-pop songs. And the English hooks were the bridge. They gave you a place to start. You know, you could sing tonight How You Like That at the top of your lungs, even if you were still figuring out the rap verse. That's powerful. It makes you feel included from day one. And these hooks also give us a shared language as a fandom. I can be in Dhaka. You can be in Toronto or London or Berlin. We might not speak the same first language, but we both know what it means when someone says mic drop. We both know the feeling when Blackpink says, look at you now, look at me. That's community, that's culture. Now that's why these little lines matter so much. Where this is going next, K-pop is not slowing down. Groups are getting even smarter with how they use language. We're seeing more full English songs. We're seeing more Spanish phrases too. We're seeing hooks that are designed for global trends from day one. BTS and Blackpink helped set that standard. They proved that a hook can be simple and still be art. It can be marketable and still be meaningful. For new fans, the English hook is still the easiest way in. You hear one line, you search it, you find the group, you fall down the rabbit hole. For longtime fans, the hooks are milestones. You remember where you were when you first heard Dynamite. You remember the first time you screamed dee-doo-doo-doo-doo with a crowd. So, friend, the next time a new song drops, listen for that moment. Listen for the English line that cuts through. Think about how it will sound in America, how it will be chanted in Australia, how it will be captioned in France, how it will be felt in Norway. That one line is doing a lot of work, and it's doing it in every time zone.